And let's get it. This is the Back Row Bengals show, all brought to you by fansided.com, your home for all sports and all blogs. Head over to the Bengals side of fansided.com to go find my blogs. It's over on the Stripe Hype side. And today, we are going to be celebrating the first AFC North championship in Cincinnati since 2015. The Bengals defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 31-34 off of a last-second field goal by Evan Money Mac McPherson. An absolute stellar day by Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, the entire offense. And who else would I rather be spending this Victory Tuesday with than my man, the Iceman, Jeff Trenopole, Strawberry Ice, giving you Cincinnati sports from a West Side point of view. I think I did that right.
Close
Jeff,
enough, man. Close enough.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. How you doing?
Dude, I am still ecstatic. We are the kings of the freaking North. Who day, baby? Jackpot Joey Burrow. Uno, the best.
Who did it? We did.
Quarterback, wide receiver Tatum in the NFL.
In the NFL. Oh, real quick before we get into the game, Ice, I believe a bit of congratulations is due in your way. I am seeing Jackpot Joey all over the place. And that's awesome, Jeff. That's your brand, you and your friend's brand. And I know you wear that all the time. So that's awesome to see. So I just wanted to congratulate you on that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying it. And like I said, I don't care what you call him. You can call him Jackpot Joey. Well, I prefer you to call it Jackpot Joey. But Joey franchise, Big D Joe, whatever. But yeah,
Joe Brr.
Joe Brr, that one's kind of weird. Joe Brr. But Jackpot Joey, it's starting to go, we're wide.
Prestige.
Prestige.
Oh my goodness, there's just so much to talk about, Jeff. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I want to start for a little bit because you can give me perspective on this because I can't. I was running late. Many of you may know that were following me. I went to Dallas for the weekend. It's great. You know, it's a great weekend for all Cincinnati sports fans. We didn't win, but I gotta say, it overall it was great. And anybody that said that the Bearcats were blown out,
they didn't watch the game.
Did not watch the game.
They didn't watch the game.
It was very close. There was a lot to win with it, but anyway, it was a great time. I had a blast in Texas.
I wish I had went, but we're talking Bengals right now. Let's roll on with that for right now.
Yeah, I know. We get. I get start out low. We'll get high.
I don't want to get down. I'm too happy
now.
You're right.
You're right.
You're talking about the Bearcats. We're like,
yeah. Okay. All right. That's enough about the Bearcats then. All right. Ice, I gotta say that had to be one of the best crowds I've ever experienced at Paul Brown Stadium from start to finish. The crowd was packed, little bits of red there, but it was pretty much all orange and black. It had to be like 85-90% Bengals fans. That's absolutely incredible. And I want to ask you, how are the pregame festivities? How was the pregame? And obviously our friend and yours, Bengal Jim, was the ruler of the jungle. So give me your experience of being in the stadium to start the game.
Well, dude, it was awesome. I started down at Bomb Squad, hung out with Cap for a little while. He almost burned himself up with a propane heater that didn't work. So that was kind of an interesting way to start the day. But I moved on up to Bengal Jim, gave him a big hug, said congratulations. And one of the coolest things that they did is when the Bengals came out and gave him the staff, for the rule of the jungle.
Yeah,
he got the staff, and Jim and all of us walked in to the stadium all at the same time with Jim. And that's just like Jim, buddy, to put him, to include everybody as much as he can in this moment, which is his moment, that he's worked his butt off for. And I know he doesn't want praise and all that stuff, but he is an awesome dude and awesome Bengals fan. I was so happy for him to see him do it. And that was just a great way to start the game off. Kick off with him, had the Bengal bombs over there, had a couple brewskis, had some fun pregame. I was ready to roll.
That's awesome, man. There is no one more deserving of Bengal Jim. And you go to his tailgate. He thought. I mean, he's a celebrity among us Bengals fans. And
he doesn't think so, though. He doesn't.
No, he is just a normal, happy-go-lucky guy. Loves to talk to everybody.
He's bigger than you and me combined, and I ain't that big. So
he can play offensive line, my man. And he's not big, as in like he can deliver some damage.
Oh yeah. He's an offensive lineman, brother.
Absolutely. So again, just that was such an incredible sight to see after we've kind of talked about it a little bit back and forth. I talked about it with the Stripe Squad. The games against the Niners and the games against the Chargers, the crowd was just not there, or
Right.
not really what we wanted to see. But then it finally comes down to we're playing the Chiefs, and it's going to be for the AFC North title. Like, this is actually the big game. And then we come out and we and the city of Cincinnati just absolutely showed out. That's what
Oh, dude, if you guys can tell, my voice is still recovering from it. I was screaming my freaking head off. And the cool thing, this is a great thing. Shout out to Bengals fans. There weren't that many Chiefs fans there. Now,
really weren't.
I say that, and I brought a Chiefs fan because I told her I'd take her, but she was like it. So she's one of my wife's really good friends, so I had to bring her. So she's a good girl. She roots for the Bengals when the Chiefs aren't playing. But anyway, other than her, there might not have been that many Chief fans, and I really didn't see a ton of the stadium. There was a lot of orange and black.
Yep.
It was stacked and packed and loud as hell. And I mean, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, all of them said the crowd was awesome. Zach said it. I mean, we did that. Bengals fans, you guys did an awesome job. That's the way it needs to be. Come 2 weeks? I think it is. Whatever our playoff is. Whenever we wild card or whatever we play.
Sure.
That's the way it needs to be. We need to sell it out. Be loud. Show up early. Have some fun. Go hang out with Bengal Jim. Go hang out with Bomb Squad.
Just see the Stripe friends.
Yeah, go see the Stripe Squads. Hang out with your friends. Be ready to go because
ready to roll.
It's going to be fun. We are on the verge, in my opinion here, of a dynasty. I really do think this. Now, to me, there's a difference between what we have now and what we had with Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, there's nothing against Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is a typical regular NFL quarterback. Yep. Jackpot Joey Burrow is the man. Okay.
He's different, man.
He's different. Him and Chase are different. And the thing is, all the past stuff, all of our losses and everything, you and me remember it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know about it. They don't care. It doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
So we got a chance to win multiple Super Bowls. Now, I said that when we had Carson Palmer and Chad Johnson back in the day. But to me, there's still another difference. These guys are more all in and more about ball than they are about themselves, if you know what I'm saying. So I think the moment it will not get too big for these guys, all of them, we got team captains, we got guys that played in college football playoffs. The moment I don't think it'll be too big for them, I think we're on the verge of something really, really big here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely. And you brought it up, just the years with Andy Dalton, like we say. I mean, he was a great quarterback for us. He really was. Should always be remembered as a great quarterback. But he always had a ceiling to him. And it seemed like those teams always had a ceiling to them. And I hear you with the start of a dynasty here, because I mean, these guys are so young. We have all of our offense pretty much under contract until 2023, which is insane to think about. And then, I mean, Jamar Chase is 21. He literally outran the entire Chiefs defense the entire day. The entire day. Absolutely insane.
He hit another gear, dude.
It was absolutely crazy.
You remember the cartoon, the Roadrunner?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
He's like, man. Gone.
Wait, and one move and he's come back. He was out of there.
The Bengals offense and I said this, and I didn't really realize how good the Chiefs defense has been playing over the past couple of weeks till I looked at it. The Bengals offense made the Chiefs defense look atrocious. Like, they actually looked bad. Like, I was like, they're not gonna be able to stop us the entire second half.
Dude, Jamar Chase had more yards received than Patrick Mahomes had yards passing. What's that tell you?
Yeah. What does that tell you?
Ooh,
and this is the Chiefs we're talking about here. This is not the Baltimore practice squad. Right. This is not the Steelers. This is the Kansas City Chiefs, the former number 1 seed.
So Bart Scott, shh.
Yeah, Bart Scott can shut his mouth, man.
Hush.
Yeah. I don't understand who's trying to piss off Joe Burrow. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Keep coming. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Keep doubting him. Yeah. I hope everybody doubts him. I welcome it now. Please doubt him. Please doubt Chase. Doubt these guys. Go ahead. Keep going.
Right.
Natty, what's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got all of our comers in here. We got some newcomers here. We got 4 viewers so far. This is the highest we've had in a long time. We got Russ on here, obviously, as well.
Blackthorn, what's up, bro?
Blackthorn always in here. So anyway, yeah. One more note on the Chiefs
Mhm.
because I don't understand, Jeff. I don't understand this.
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta say, Joe Burrow, right, our quarterback, is the best QB in the NFL under a blitz. He is the best.
Absolutely.
He's the
Mhm.
best. Like there
Yep.
is no even question. He is the best statistically and just by
Mhm.
watching him.
Right.
And the Chiefs continually ran a cover 0 or a cover 1.
Mhm. Mhm. And they
Why?
did, and they were playing man against Chase.
Man,
Dude,
man,
I
tight
have no
man.
idea. Yeah, I have no idea. They never one time got out of it, and I'm like, okay, cool.
They
We're
didn't
gonna
go
kill
out
you.
of it. That's
We're,
insane.
and the cool thing is, for the flip around to the Bengals, the one time they did zero blitz, the Chiefs had no answers for it. They came after him. Patrick Mahomes had nowhere to go with the ball. That third and 2 or whatever it was in the fourth quarter, they zero blitzed them. Patrick Mahomes had nowhere to go with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Lou Anarumo. But yeah, why the Chiefs didn't change? Maybe they couldn't change. You know, that's what they play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like it feels like that the Chiefs played, and this is kind of how I describe Baltimore, how they run their defense. They play an arrogant style of defense. Now, it's not. I'm not saying that the Chiefs are arrogant, but they play an
No.
arrogant style,
Right.
which is blitzing a lot, trusting their corners and man to man, bringing a lot of pressure, running cover 0.
Right.
You can't do that against this team. And this is not week 2. This isn't week 3. This is week 17 that
Mm-hmm.
they're doing, or
Right.
week 8, 17, 18.
It's 17, 18.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's 17. They're running in week 17. I don't know. That made no sense.
It's just like when Wink Martindale, or whatever the hell they want to call him, the defense coordinator for the Ratbirds, said, "Well, I don't think Joe Burrow has a gold jacket yet. Jamar Chase is, yeah, he's okay," or whatever the hell he said. That's arrogance. That, I mean, and you're right. That's not willing to adapt or even to admit that, I don't know, maybe our players are better than yours,
Yeah.
and you might have to do something different to stop us.
Yeah.
But to me, yeah, I agree. Arrogance is a good way to do it, and we took that away from them. And I say, Josh, all these Chiefs fans who got upset about the pass interference calls and everything, go watch the tape. He passed interference because he could not cover Chase.
Yeah.
They couldn't cover him, Josh.
They couldn't cover him.
Right.
They couldn't cover him. And then also on top of that, I mean, Jamar Chase had himself a hell of a game, and we can go on and on about that. But he only has that great of game if the rest of the wide receivers also have a great game. T. Higgins made a lot of really hard catches going up. See, not only was he single, they were all over him. He goes up and gets that ball. He's got those, I call them vice grips, man. He's got vice grips for hands. He just goes up and he gets the ball and he makes play. He looks like Chad Johnson out there. I say T. Higgins looks like Chad Johnson, and I think T's stronger than Chad ever was. I think he's just built stronger.
Yeah, I mean, and I said this on my show yesterday that I think the catch that T made last week over the 2 Ravens should have been on You Got Mossed. Monday, but actually Jamar Chase was actually on You Got Mossed last night, so we made one of them. But T. Higgins has made so many great catches, and like you said, they're all hands. You know, he goes up and gets the ball. Ball doesn't move. It's like they're vice grips. He stays there. So, and like you said, I mean, and that's the other cool thing about these 3. You know, Jamar Chase had a record-breaking day Sunday.
Yep.
But you know what? He wouldn't have cared if T. Higgins had it. T wouldn't have cared if Chase had it. They both would have cared if TB had it.
Right.
They don't care who gets it. As long as somebody gets it and the Bengals win, that's all that matters. And that's the other great thing about this team. The Migos are together. This team is together. Yeah, see Joey wearing the Migos.
The fellas, man. I love it. I love that shirt. I love that Joey B came in. When he came in rocking that shirt, I'm like, we're gonna win. We're gonna win this game. We are going to win this game. It's absolutely incredible. This, and I want to bring it again. You bring it up. Russ brings it up down here to talk about the selflessness of this team. And I was listening to Tony and Mo a little bit ago when they have their Tony and Mo football show on Monday. They don't pay me to say that. I just say it anyway. But at any rate, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
How you doing?
But anyway, so this team comes in, and basically what they do is they watch how they celebrate. Watch that sideline as one of the offense makes a giant play. Everybody on the defense comes up and just absolutely just goes crazy, yelling across the field. And you know what? As an opposing team, that's intimidating. That it is intimidating to have a team that's together like that. And it's just it's absolutely incredible. And it's a
Exactly,
sight to
Josh.
see.
I mean, one of the best examples this a couple weeks ago. Remember the Detroit game when Mixon had that long touchdown run, and Chase is out there blocking for him, and they both and that takes selflessness right there to
Yeah,
get out there and
it
make
is.
that. Most wide receivers don't want to block. These guys don't care. They block for each other. They do whatever.
They do.
And then if you listen to the mic'd up on the way in, Joe Mixon's going, "That's his touchdown," meaning Chase's touchdown because of the block, and then everybody's celebrating. So and like that's what championship teams do. They don't care who scores. They don't care who makes the plays. As long as somebody makes the plays and they win, the biggest thing they care about is winning. And I give all the credit in the world to Zach Taylor. He did what he said he was going to do. He changed the culture of this team, and he has.
He has. He's changed it so much more for the better. You really, I mean, you can't be happier for the guy. The guy that just got absolutely torched the past, couple seasons where he's been the coach, and he's taken a lot of heat from a lot of people, including us. We've been sure you've given him plenty of heat. I know I have, but you just
man, I'm not as much as you. I've been pretty much a girl, I should say.
hey, all right, okay, all right, that's enough, Ice. That's enough. But anyway, yeah, you pretty much nailed it on the head. And you want to talk about another coach that has really just taken stride for, and you want to talk about a coach that I have absolutely ripped this before this year started. Once I started to see it start to come to fruition, I jumped on the bandwagon. Lou Anarumo had himself another really, really good game. Defense was not there the first half. They were getting torched. They let up 28 points down going into the second half, and they only give up 3 points.
Now I'll go with you on that because
the Kansas City Chiefs.
I ripped Anarumo. I ripped him so bad I would call him. I refused to call him his real name. I would call him Armadillo for the last year and the first couple games of this year. And everybody's like, "When are you gonna start calling him by his real name?" I said, "When the defense starts making plays." And oh my God, they've made plays. And the great thing is, the first half wasn't that great, but the one thing I love about this coaching staff is they make halftime adjustments. Lou does it, Zach does it, Brian Callahan does it. They all do it. Lou did it, and like you said, what, 3 points? 3. That's it in the second half. That's it. Look, Josh, if they don't do that, it doesn't matter what the offense does. You got to stop the Chiefs, and that's a big get to stop the Chiefs. You got Patrick Mahomes there. You got the Bearcat. You got Travis Kelce. You got Hill. I mean, those are 3 legit Pro Bowl, big time players there.
Right.
And we shut them down.
Shut them down. And Patrick Mahomes did not have an off day by any means necessary. No. He was making a lot of really good plays. There was a one where he was on the run. He threw like a 20, 30-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. And I just turned around and I was like, he's just good at football. Oh, yeah. Like there was just nothing I could say.
And that's the thing too, Josh, is the Chiefs didn't give this to us. That was a Chiefs fan wanted to make it sound like the refs gave it to us. Nobody gave us nothing. The Bengals took that game. The Bengals flat took that game. Just like Jamar Chase kept snatching those passes away from the defender who kept clapping every time he got a pass interference call on, which made absolutely no sense. You're happy you got a pass interference call, which I mean, I know that wasn't it. It was sarcasm, but it was still annoying and just dumb. I'm like, dude, play better.
How about Chardavius Ward doing the gritty on Jamar Chase when he like, bro, you gonna do that?
Like I said, keep talking, keep chirping, keep coming after him.
This team, they just put their head down and they just go to work, and they impose the offense, just impose their will. And I'm going all over the place. I'm flustered because I know we're talking about the defense, talking about the offense. I want to talk about the defense here, just because a lot of it was not only just the defense stepping up in terms of play style, the defensive scheme was much better in the second half. Like it looked like Patrick Mahomes had nowhere to go, and they had to go to the ground game, and they couldn't push it past that 50-yard line, or they couldn't get it into scoring position. And that's all credit to Lou Anarumo.
And credit to the secondary. How good was our secondary?
Secondary was great.
Eli Apple got so much crap at the beginning of the year. Rotten apple this and blah, blah, blah.
And he got burnt early. He got burnt early.
He got burnt, but then he came back. He almost had that pick. And him and Cheeto and Hilton. Oh, dude, they are.
Mm-hmm. They're feeling themselves right now, man.
Put it this way, I think Zim tweeted this out, and I might be wrong, doing off the top of my head, but I think as much as we paying those three is as much as we would have paid Willie J3, and we got 3 players for him.
Wow.
For the same contract. I give it to Zim. Go check out Zim's tweet, but I'm pretty sure that's what he tweeted out.
Yeah, and if it's not spot on, it's damn near close because you're right. We didn't overpay for WJ3, who's struggling on a team that's not going to go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you get guys that, maybe they weren't the highest end group of talent, but they play together and they feed off of each other, and they feed off of the defense playing well, and it proves to be absolutely incredible. I mean, Tyreek Hill, he only had 6 receptions for 40 yards, and then Travis Kelce only 5 receptions for 25 yards. Like that's how you stop a team with superstars. That's how you do it.
Teams don't do that against the Chiefs. They don't do that, and that's the thing that I think is the most impressive thing of the defense. When we had to get stops, they made them. And I've said this, and this is the thing that in past years, Zach Taylor's teams could not do, is when we had to make a play, they couldn't. This year, no matter who it is, when they have to make a play, they make it.
They make the play.
And that's winning football right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. It's winning football right there. I want to go to a point Russ Blackthorne made, our stats guy. Chidobe Awuzie had 10 tackles versus the Chiefs. I got to say, you want to talk about a team that has tackled or improved on their tackling from last year to this year. It's second to none. It is really second. They used to give up so many yak and so much yards after contact that it was just hard to watch. But now they're rallying to the football. Usually the first hit, it's bringing them down. It's absolutely great.
That's the thing. Like last year is like you said, they would get to the ball carrier and couldn't get them down. This year, and the difference is it's not just one guy. It's 10 guys. It's 4 guys. They're all going to the ball. No matter, every player there runs to the ball until it's tackled, until they're done. Yeah, Spain's hurt. Whoever put that up there.
Yeah, it was
Russ. Yeah, Spain's hurt, and they're saying he's probably gonna be out for this Sunday. But I just saw a list on the way I was coming home real quick to get on here. I saw a list of players that got on the COVID list too. So we had a couple of those I was trying to find while I'm talking to you that got added to the COVID list.
Yeah, if
today.
you want to go ahead, take a look at that. I could elaborate a little bit on the Spain injury. So he aggravated his ankle, or I think it was a sprain. Last time I checked with the Zach Taylor press conference on Monday, he's going to be out this week, but that pretty much means, I think that's a lot of it is precautionary. I think if he had to play, he would. I think now that, now it's going to be for seeding and it's not going to be for it's win or go home. I think they're just going to let him sit. And then I'm totally fine with that because the offensive line, again, it wasn't their best game. It really wasn't. They did let Joe get hit a couple of times, but when it came down to it, and it came down to the drives that mattered, basically the offensive line got it done. They gave Joe enough time. And here's the thing about Joe Burrow. He can take hits. It's okay if he gets hit. It's football. He's going to get hit. Kid's tough. That's why you drafted him. That's why the Bills drafted Josh Allen, because he's a tough kid. He's tough. And Joe Burrow's tough. He can take some hits, and he can take some hits and still make some plays. So I think having the offensive line has been doing far better, and I don't think it's that big of a issue as a lot of people made it out to be, especially at the beginning of the year. Now, I do want to point out something that the Browns spent a great amount of dough on their offensive line. And a lot of people thought they were going to be the best line, of the entire NFL, and they were going to be a sneaky dark horse for the Super Bowl. Now they've whiffed on the playoffs, might I add. But Baker, in a game last night where, again, they were playing the Steelers, a team that the Bengals beat 45-7 and then 26-7, I believe, at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got 8 sacks. It made Baker look awful. They made him look terrible. And the Steelers defense, they're okay. They're not good. They're not good.
They got some good players.
They got some good players.
I can't find it.
You're fine.
I can't find it.
Right. They're good players, and TJ Watt is a pro. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler. He's very, very good. 8 sacks, man. You just can't let that. You can't let that happen if you're.
Well, funny thing is, what that Squealers defense do against the Bengals?
Exactly. No sacks. Nothing.
And I will put it this way: I'm a little concerned of the offensive line going into the playoff game. Spain should be back. Riley Reef doesn't. From everything it sounds like, I thought he might be back for the playoffs, but it sounds like he might not. So our offensive line is still. It's not great, but it's good, and it's good enough to win a playoff game and hopefully to win multiple ones. But we'll have to find out. But I mean, Spain will be back for the playoff game. I'm not worried about that. It's a little scary. We did that way. And you talk about the hits that Jackpot takes. The guy who retired last night, that guy, that big ugly Ben dude, whatever his name is, plays for the Squealers.
There's a couple things I want.
He's all right. He got hit. He got sacked more than any NFL quarterback ever. Big Ben, that guy. So just because.
I'm not going to repeat that. You're going to have to watch this live if you want to see what that joke was.
So
listen. I'm in line for a new teaching job, so I didn't want to say anything last night. But there was a lot I wanted to rip on Steelers Twitter, so I had to keep my mouth shut and just watch the game and enjoy this era slowly dying. That's what I wanted to watch.
But my point was, they were saying last night he's been sacked more than like any quarterback in NFL history or top 5. So I mean, they're going to get hit. I don't want them to get hit. And hopefully in this offseason, they'll sell out and completely fix the offensive line. But when you have, and I'll just go back to this again, when you have a chance to draft a guy like Jamar Chase, you have to. You can see what a game changer is.
I mean, you see it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Spain or Stool would have been great. He would have been a really good right tackle guard. Where he put him, he'd have been fine. Right. But he would not have the impact that Chase has had.
No, he wouldn't.
It's just, you can't pass that guy up. You just can't.
No, and a lot of that, I go back to that argument. I mean, I can't believe we're still talking about it, but we still are, because people are still questioning that pick, which is insane.
I got one for you. Remember in the 2020 draft when there was a little, or actually a bigger argument, I guess, than it should have been. Should you draft Jackpot Joey Burrow, or should you draft Chase Young from Ohio State? And there are people going, no, you got to get the defensive guy. I'm like, are you freaking nuts? It's a quarterback league. So, I mean, there's always been debates. There will always be debates. Yeah. I'm usually right. I'm just going to point that out.
Facts. It's facts. Facts. Iceman is usually right. Put it in writing.
Just kidding.
But yeah, you're right. But one thing I wanted to just one more thing. I want to get rid this. One of the things last year that was one of the big reasons why Joe Burrow got sacked so much wasn't the offensive line. Receivers were not getting separation. And that. And then people didn't realize, like, in turn, you get Jamar Chase, a generational talent. It's going to create separation for everybody else, because now teams got to worry about him as well. And that's exactly what has happened. And now T. Higgins is having big time games, and Tyler Boyd is now having big time games. Tyler Boyd was crucial in the game against Denver. T. Higgins was crucial in the game against Baltimore. They've been crucial. So it has not been just Chase out there, and him being out there opens everybody else up. And that's why we are the fellas, and that's why no one can stop us.
I got a question for you, Josh. How many yards does Tyler Boyd have right now? How close is he to 1,000? Like, I'm just curious. How close you are to having, 3,000 wide receivers and a 1,000-yard rusher and a 5,000-yard passer? How do you have the stats up there? How close he is?
Last time I checked, he's got it under. He might have it under 200 now. I think he's still got a little bit to go. I think he can. No, it can still happen.
He can get 200 gets a clown. That's no big deal.
Right? Yeah. Here, I'll look it up.
But either way, Josh, we have two 1,000-yard receivers. We have a 5,000-yard passer. We have a over 1,000-yard rusher. Dude, that's got to be NFL history. I don't know. Especially the ages that these guys are. They're all under 25, all of them. So, I mean, just the sheer magnitude of what they've accomplished this year. Okay, there, I need Blackthorn. There you go, buddy.
Russ,
828 yards.
Russ, our stat guy,
My boy.
has 828 yards. So he's getting there. It is 150% attainable, especially when you got, more games after the regular season ends, unlike
Exactly.
the Brownies.
Exactly.
That's a shit.
I would love to get it in
Isn't
the
that a
regular
damn
season.
shame? Isn't that a damn shame that the Browns in their all-in year whiff on the playoffs? Isn't that a shame? Hey, Baker, you're the type staying at home with Baker. Hey, guess what? You're really going to be staying at home, boss. All that idea of, here we go. Here comes the dynasty. The Cleveland Browns are back, even though they were never here. Gone. Gone like a light.
I need to go back on when I have time to do this, which I never have time to do. A lot of stuff I want to do. Go back to all my TikTok of, I don't know, beginning of the season. I don't even remember, or it might have been in the summertime. I don't remember what it was. It was something about Chase and Burrow and all these guys. And this Cleveland Brown fan came after me, bro. And he's a big jacked up old dude. Thinks he's like 20 years old or something. And he's, bro, you guys don't have an offensive line, bro. You're gonna get your quarterback killed, bro. We got the greatest offensive line. We got Baker Mayfield. I said, dude, we got Jackpot Joey Burrow. We got Jamar Chase. We're going to kick your ass. Yeah. Hush. And I never say anything else after that because I'm like, it's TikTok. I'm not going to get a big argument with him. But funny. Haven't heard a word from him since then.
Dead silent from Cleveland. Dead silent. Dead silent from the national media too, man. It's just, it's now like the national media is not only are they backtracking, they're saying exactly what you did. Like, this is probably going to be the start of something incredibly special here, and not probably it is not probably it is. It's going to be something that is great. And then next year you pick up some more draft capital, and then also we have the second most cap space among any other NFL team. I mean, that is insane. And with how aggressive that the Bengals front office has been over the past 2 years with free agency, you can't imagine that they're not going to do the same thing again because they're seeing the results. So they're probably going to do the exact same thing. And then on top of that, now you got this team is winning. And then on top of that, you got guys like Trey Hendrickson, who came off of a career year. A lot of people writ him off. The Bengals gave him a chance, and now he's having yet again another career year. He's breaking records. He's going to be probably one of the best defensive linemen the Bengals have ever picked up, and probably the best free agency signing ever. And you think guys around the league aren't looking at that?
Dude, Josh, I said that. I put that on a Twitter poll a couple weeks ago. I said, is Trey Hendrickson the best free agent signing the Bengals have ever had? I mean, as far as the impact, and people came back, and it wasn't a big argument. They said Pac-Man, and they said other guys. I said, really? I said Pac-Man was good, but the way he's changed the defense. I mean, he had what 10, 12 game streak of sacks. He almost broke the record.
Legendary.
Yeah, I mean that. Pac-Man didn't do that.
Baller.
None of these other guys. I can't even think of else. Other Pac-Man that we signed. There hasn't been a whole lot of big name free agents that we've signed. Yeah. But he wasn't even really a big name free agent. People were like, "Oh, well, they kind of reached for him." And did he get the sacks because of the guys around him in New Orleans, or was it actually him? No, it was actually him.
It was actually him. He gets held every every play, man.
I know.
Held every play.
He got held a ton there to Kansas City game.
He got held a ton. And I just want to bring this up. Those Chiefs fans that are calling, oh, this game was thrown by the refs. Oh, the flags. Hey, buddy, I went back and watched those two plays. I watched those two plays. Yeah, the smallest violin in the world. I'll play it right now. I wish I had a soundboard. That's the next purchase right there to do that.
I don't even have that.
Yeah. But I went back and watched those plays. Both of them were legitimate penalties, and both of them affected the play. And both of them had to be called. So it wasn't even like you don't throw the flag type of deal, like on Joe Burrow's debut game where he threw the game-winning pass to AJ Green. You don't really call that. But
yes, I remember.
Those were actual legitimate calls. Tyler Boyd, he got his face ripped that way. It affected his route. Ball got thrown.
His helmet. His helmet was like this.
He had to move his and ball gets thrown, flag thrown. So as much, and listen, I'm someone that has bashed the refs for a long time, and I will continue to do that. They got those two calls right. They got them right.
Yeah, they did. Now, one thing I want to bring up to you, and this is the part that I was getting nervous, is at the end of the game when we kept going for it, and we kept going for it, and going
Yeah, I
for it.
want
And
to
I'm
talk
like,
about that.
oh my God, will you please just kick the field goal? Like, please, Zach, I love you. I know you're afraid to leave the time on for Mahomes, but we got to score, dude. And when the fourth down play happened, and I'm like, oh crap, we didn't score. And then all of a sudden that flag came in, and I'm like, whoo, thank God. Okay. I'm like,
Oh man.
because we would have went into overtime then. I mean,
Yeah.
it just so yes, that flag saved us, but
Mhm.
it was a penalty. I mean, legit penalty.
Yep,
You
it's
can't
legit.
again. It goes back to they could not cover us at all the
No.
whole game.
They could. They couldn't. So let's talk about that last sequence here. As zany and as crazy as that was, you look at that. I mean, you're from the 1 inch line. You try to muscle it in there multiple times, still can't get it. And instead of kicking the field goal on fourth down, fourth and
Mhm.
the one, or no, it was fourth and goal. They
Fourth goal,
decided,
yeah.
yeah, they decided to go for it. They give it to Joe Burrow and put it in his hands. But I want to talk about this for a second because we
I
had a
think I
lot
know
of
where you're going.
fans. Yeah, exactly. We had a lot
Okay.
of fans that were saying, just kick the field goal. Just
Mhm.
kick it. With probably about a minute left, and the Chiefs, I believe, still had one timeout left.
At that time, I think they did. Yes.
Yeah, right. So you're still my problem with that is we keep talking about how we want Zach Taylor to be more aggressive. And we want Zach Taylor to put the ball in Joe Burrow's hands to end the game. I'll be honest, as much as I love our defense, and I really do,
Mhm.
that guy over on the other side of the field is probably going to be a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
I believe that he can drive that down
Mhm.
and win the game.
You
Now,
only need a field goal at the time. No matter it's tight, you just
exactly.
need a field goal.
Exactly,
So,
and
mhm.
then so if let's say we kick a field, they drive back down, kick a field goal, and it's tie game. We're going to overtime. If
Mhm.
we don't get it on fourth and the 1 inch line, the Chiefs are going to do a dive. Like they're not going to do anything. They're probably not even going to stop the clock. We're going to go into overtime anyway.
Mhm. Right.
So
Right.
I'm thinking, you know what? No, let's go for it here. Let's go for it. So I was all for the go for it, honestly. But there was a lot of people
I was till
around
it's
my
fourth
circle.
fourth down and goal to go. I'm like, just kick it.
Mhm.
I'm like, just take the points. So
I would
but
have. Yeah,
God,
go ahead.
no, I was absolute absolute wreck at that point. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my goodness. I'm like, dude, if he doesn't make this, I'm like, because the thing is, and this is nothing but respect to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I don't want to give them the ball back with any time left, you know.
Mhm.
And if you kick the
Right.
field goal there, they probably, if they did what I said, they kicked the field goal, and Patrick Mahomes probably got it with a little less than a minute left to go. There is absolutely every chance in hell that he can go down and get
Mhm.
them in field goal range to tie the
Sure.
game back up.
Yep.
So I know that's hindsight. Now, to me,
Hindsight, right.
to me, being a fan and all this stuff's racing through my head, I can't think enough to make a decision. I'm just
Right.
like, screw it, kick a field goal. Zach stayed calm.
Mhm.
Joe stayed calm. Made the decision, made the right decision. Now, like I said, if the Chiefs didn't, if the Chiefs didn't interfere there, I think Boyd's probably catching that ball, to be honest. So I don't think it's
Exactly.
matter.
Right.
Another thing too, if excuse me, if you watch Joe Mixon, if you watch that replay when they handed him the ball, I think the first time or
Mhm.
second time, he actually crossed the goal line.
I thought so
If
too.
yeah,
I
I
thought he
watched it on
did
the
too.
rewatch. He actually crossed it. So technically, if and that's what ticks me off. It's like
You got a
in the
couple
last 2
comments about
minutes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the last 2 minutes, it's supposed to come down from the booth. Well, where the hell is the booth at? We could see it. You gotta go, hey, buzz, 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 buzz. Hey, we gotta review this real quick. At least stop it. And that's where they didn't. And if they did that, the game would have been over. And well, the game would have been over. And
Russ is
Kansas
on
City
my
would get
side
the
of this
ball
one.
back with more time. So
Right. Mhm.
you could talk about this so many different ways,
Sure.
but it worked out perfectly for the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's bottom line.
Yeah, it did, but then on top. But here's the thing, though: if Zach Taylor, let's just say they don't get that, they go over to overtime and lose. Let's just say that happened. It didn't,
Mhm.
thank God.
Yeah.
But Zach Taylor would be getting killed for it, and he would be wrongfully getting killed for it.
Well, everybody get
Because
mad
I
at
would say, I say this: if for the amount that we have complained that he does not put the ball in Joe Burrow's hands, and for the amount that we complain that he does not let the star go and win the game, and the amount that we complain that he's not aggressive enough, then we can't complain when he is aggressive and it doesn't work.
Right, exactly. And that's what, but
Because
that's
that's
exactly
football.
what everybody would have done.
Yeah.
They'd be like, just kick the, and I probably would have been saying
Right.
the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not the one that's always mad at Zach Taylor for, his play calls and stuff like a lot of people are. But that's exactly what fans would have done. And I can't stand that. And people can always say, well, I was saying that at the time, which maybe you were, maybe you weren't. I have no idea. There's no way to prove that. But most time people weren't. You determine you make your information after the outcome, and you were like, oh, that didn't work. We should have done something else. Well, hell, I could do that. So hey,
we do
real quick,
that.
do you think the 3rd and 23 is going to live in infamy with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Dude, I don't know what they were thinking. I have no idea what they were thinking.
Chase caught it and held the ball up like, I got it.
What were they thinking? 3rd, and I believe it was 27. Is that right? 3rd and 27.
3rd and 27. I think it was. Yeah, I said 23. I think it's 3rd.
It doesn't. 3rd and a mile.
Yeah, 3rd
and they run a cover 0 and they run a blitz after Joe Burrow's been killing them the whole time. Spagnolia, dude, what are you calling? I don't even call that on Madden.
Isn't there a shirt that says you can't zero me, bro? Something I thought.
So you can't zero him on 1st and 10. You're gonna do it with 3rd and 27 with the game on the line.
You can't zero him at all.
And Chiefs fans want to talk about flags. No, that is what they should be talking. That's what they should be talking about. Is that play because we were out of field goal range. We were gonna punt that.
Yeah, we would have had to punt it.
Yeah,
we would have had to punt the ball. And Chase went up, made a play. That's where Joe's like, Jamar's down there somewhere. F it.
Right. F it. Jamar's down there somewhere. Right. I love that too because honestly, he is down there somewhere. He's probably going to go make that play.
And the thing is, it's not like Joe, he acts like he just threw it up. But Joe threw the ball right where Jamar can get. And that's every play in that game. The ball is right there for his guys to
30 of 39. Yep.
Yes. So everybody wants to talk about Joe Burrow's lack of arm strength, blah, blah. You can have your arm strength. Give me the pinpoint accuracy all day long. All day long.
I mean, how many throws did he throw where they were just legitimately like the window was like that big? Like it was as big as Big Ben. All right. Okay. It's enough. All right. But anyway, the pinpoint accuracy. Joe Burrow, he goes 30 of 39, 446 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. 0 interceptions. I said at the break at our bye week that if in order for this Bengals team to go into the playoffs, go far, and possibly win the division, Joe Burrow's going to have to cut down on interceptions, and he greatly has. Back-to-back games, no interceptions in over 400 yards. How about Joe Burrow's improvement over this?
Dude, last 2 games have been ridiculous. 525, 0 INTs last week. What'd you say? 426, 466 yesterday?
Yeah. He went he had 446, 4 touchdowns.
446 yesterday, 0 INTs.
This team's taking care of the ball.
It doesn't get better than that. I mean, there you go. And Blackthorn has said that on your show, on my show, multiple times. He's got to quit turning the ball over, which I agreed with him. I was like, you're right. And he finally has. And I got a question for you and for everybody else who's watching this right now. Right now, today, is there a quarterback in the NFL that you would rather have than Jackpot Joey Burrow?
That's a great question. A lot of local radio guys were bringing up that specific question.
Mm-hmm. No.
Are you talking for just this year or for like?
I'd say for the next 4 years. Next 4 years.
Oh, I'd take Joe Burrow without a doubt. I'd take him over Tom Brady. I'd take him over Aaron Rodgers. I'd take for the next 4 years. I'm taking Joe Burrow. That's not even a question.
To me, you can even stretch out the next 10 years.
Yeah,
I'd take Jackpot Joey Burrow. I mean, yes,
over all the young guys too.
Right. Everybody goes, well, you have Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, right. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback.
Great quarterback.
So's Jackpot Joey Burrow. So I'm like, why would we're trading for the same person? You know, that's the way I look at it. And it's nothing against Patrick Mahomes or Brandon Allen or any of these or Sherbert out there in San Diego, any of these other really good quarterbacks.
Yeah, great.
We have that guy.
Right, exactly. Great quarterback. Right.
Good.
No, I was just gonna say, just great, fine quarterbacks. Really, great quarterbacks. I'm not trading Joey B for any of that. I'm not trading Joe Burrow for anybody. He's the guy. And then on top of that, Joe Burrow was not only tasked with being a great quarterback, he was tasked with being the savior of the franchise. And then that is a lot bigger expectation, a lot more weight on your shoulders. And especially with the amount of times that Joe Burrow does get hit and gets back up and still leads this team. I mean, yeah, no, without question, I'm still saying Joe Burrow.
He's 20. He's 25. Dude, if that was at me at 25, there's no way in hell I could handle all that. That's a special. That's a special person. It's a special mindset to have that. Because, like you said, he has been tasked as the savior of our franchise, which he is. I mean, that's not even a fantasy anymore. That's reality. He is the savior of the Bengals franchise. That's a lot to take, along with coming back from a completely blown out knee, to put all that on his shoulders, and he kept getting better and better and better, and this whole team kept getting better and better. And that's like beginning of the year, everybody's like, well, we should be doing better. We should be doing this, especially when we got off to a 5-2 start. We got to a 5-2 start. I kept saying this. The goalposts got moved farther away.
Yeah, they did.
By the fans, which it
should talk about it.
Yes, us as fans expected to be where we're at now. But in the middle of the season, we weren't playing as good, and expectations grow and get better when you start at 5-2, and then you kind of come back. But then you keep getting better and better. And when they had to win the games, when they had to make the plays to win the games and had to win the games to get in, they did.
They did.
And that's the difference. It's a huge difference from any other team that the Bengals had. Because I keep banging on Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis, but they couldn't win those games.
Right.
How many times? Primetime games, playoff games, yada, yada. They couldn't pull it off. This team can. The past for the Bengals does not affect the future of the Bengals now with Jackpot Joey Burrow, Uno, the Amigos, Primetime, mix in everybody. I mean, it doesn't matter to them. They don't care.
Yeah. After this game, my thought is I don't see a stage that is too big. I don't see lights that are too bright for any situation. I think this team can go out. They can go on the road and win a playoff game. They can win a playoff game at home. I mean, they basically have won there's regular season, but a lot of them were playoff games. The knockout punch.
The last couple ones were definitely.
The knockout punch to the Steelers. The win against Kansas City. I mean, this team wins those games. To win the AFC North, they down 14 points on 3 separate occasions. Three separate occasions. Yeah. Shout out Dan Horde. But they came back, and it was not big enough. Shut up. Sorry, that's my dog. But
hey, talking to you.
But anyway, so it's just I don't see.
Josh, I'll tell you this. Right. I'll tell you this too, and this is another thing that gets me excited about this team. They can beat you however you want. They can beat you in a defensive struggle like they did against Denver. They can run the ball down your throat like they did against Vegas. They can blow you out like they've done the last couple games, like they both games against the Squealers, both games against the Ratbirds. They can do an offensive shootout just like we did Sunday against the Chiefs. They can play any kind of football, any way you want to play it, and they can beat you. That is, again, I keep saying championship football, but that is. You got to be able to beat teams in multiple ways, and not every team can do that. Yeah. But this Bengal team can.
Yep, right, absolutely. This Bengals team can. Real quick, and I want to jump back to this Chiefs game, and I want to jump into the what this means for the playoffs here. But Russ Blackthorne said, "What do you guys think about Bart Scott's comments about Burrow being a target?" Now, I just got to say, as a fan and as somebody who's on the fringes of the media game, I'm not even close. But as somebody who watches that, it was honestly disgusting. It was disgusting to listen to. I would have been, if let's just say that
he should have been fired.
If that was a former Bengals alum that said something like that about another team, I would be embarrassed. I really would, especially after a loss like that. Why is it so hard to just tip your cap to the other team and be like, yeah, they won, we'll come back and get them next year? It was disgusting. It was disgusting. And now guess what? Now I'm gonna really enjoy beating Baltimore for the next
Right.
10 years. I'm really going to enjoy that.
I mean, honestly, like I say, he should have been fired because I mean,
He
he's
should.
talking about injuring a guy. He's talking about getting that team's coach fired. I mean, and let's see, the guy who was on the show with him was telling him, "You don't play anymore."
Yeah.
And by the way, last team he played for was the Jets, and he's not claiming them. So he should have been fired because they don't do bounty gate. It's like Cap said yesterday on my show. They don't do bounty gating. We're trying to get those hits, that stuff out of the game. And you got some jackass, Bart Scott, telling everybody, "Oh, we're gonna get him. We got a red dot on him. Red dot is a rifle shot, you know."
Yeah, right,
dude. Right. That's the talk. That's the stuff they want to get out of the NFL. And you're on ESPN talking about that. Get out of here, dude. I mean, seriously. First of all, this is what I said to a lot of guys on ESPN when they were talking about the Bengals only winning 4 games. First of all, do your homework. You're getting paid a lot of money, at least I think you are, to do that job. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Okay?
Thanks for the
Bart
self-belief
Scott,
there.
you obviously have no clue what you were talking about. You should have been fired, and you should never be on TV or radio ever again. Because that's a terrible take.
It's terrible. Yeah, it really was. And just again, I go back to like I feel like sensible Ravens fans, and there's not many of them. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not.
There's some.
There's some. But I feel again, like I said, if that was a former Bengals player after we just got whooped by Baltimore, and we were saying the same thing about Lamar Jackson, I would be embarrassed. I would be. I was like, that's not what we were. We don't do that anymore. We don't do that. That's not how this team's going to beat you. It was. But anyway, long answer to your question.
Yeah, well, it's like when the Browns came in here and ran the ball down our throat. I hated it, I said, "Hey, to the cat, like, hey, you guys beat."
Nick Chubb ran all over us.
Yeah, I told Browns fans all around us. I said, "Hey, you got us." I said, "We'll see you at the end of the season. Well, maybe we'll come back." And that's what else can you say? And that's what Bart Scott should have said. That's and that's what I think a lot of the Ravens actually felt. They tried, and the thing is, that cracks me up. He's talking about this that we beat we beat their backups, dude. We put 41 on them with their starters, with Lamar Jackson at home in Baltimore. What do you complain about then? Was some other thing? Did you put a red dot on Jackpot Joey Burrow then? I mean, I'm not sure. I got confused. When did this red dot all of a sudden come to be? Because you got embarrassed twice. You're talking about the last time we embarrassed you. We embarrassed you twice. And that is with Lamar Jackson playing on the other side. We whooped your ass and put 41 on you. So Bart Scott, first of all, like I said, you should be fired. Second of all, hush,
and get ready for this ass whooping that's coming for the next 10 years.
Exactly.
All right. So speaking of ass whooping, the Bengals now that we're in the playoffs and we're looking at teams, possible scenarios, and we're looking at what exactly is going to happen. It's looking like we're going to be playing on Wild Card Weekend.
Right.
So you look at the teams that are a possibility. I'm seeing Colts. I'm seeing Chargers. I'm seeing possibility of the Steelers maybe. That's a long shot, but they could still slide in here. What is there anybody in the wild card division that A, you would want to see, and B, you really don't want to see?
Well, one I don't want to see, and it has nothing to do with I'm being scared of playing them or not, is the Squealers. I just don't want them to make the playoffs. I don't want the Squealers to make the playoffs. That's it. I don't want to. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Right.
They shouldn't be in the playoffs. So I don't want them in there anywhere at all. Now the team, I would, if I had a choice, which I mean, I'm not scared to play anybody. I'm really not.
Yeah.
My choice would probably be out of the ones that are viable would be the Colts. That would be the one that I think. Maybe the Titans, but I think the Titans might get the 1 seed just because they're a run-oriented team, and we're pretty good at stopping the run. And I know they're really good at stopping the run or running the ball. But just hypothetically, again, I'm not scared to play anybody. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
but those would be the probably the two. The Chargers, it wouldn't be bad, but I'd probably honestly rather play the Colts. Would be my number one to play.
Yeah, I would say. The only thing about the Steelers possibly making it is that we get to actually deal the final blow to beat them. Not only 3 times, but 4 times in 2 years, and it's 3 times in 1 year.
It's really hard to beat a team 3 times.
I know.
I
know it is.
too.
I know it is.
They could do it,
You're
and I
right.
think they will.
You're right.
But
They would. Yeah.
yeah, well,
I get.
I just don't want them in there. I'm sick and tired. I think it'd be so awesome if the only team from the AFC North that makes the playoffs is the Bengals.
Yeah. I'm all
just
for
because
that.
everybody's picking everybody else except the Bengals, and none of them made it except us. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I would say the thing about because when you're choosing between who you want to play, you got Golden Arm and Justin Herbert, or you got the ground game in the Colts. Like that's it. You got to pick your poison of how you want to stop it. I'm a little bit more hesitant on the Colts, and I'll say this because when we're going to be playing, like let's just say we are playing the Colts. One thing about that is our defense takes a half to adjust, and the Colts will be playing a lot of keep away. They play a lot of ground game, eat up a lot of clock, and our defense doesn't usually start out fast, especially on run or especially on running teams.
Right.
So I would say, man, God, it's a very tough it's a tough decision. But anyway,
yeah, like I said, I'm not scared to play any of them. I don't really care who we play, but I would say the Colts. Just if I'm picking one, but again, I don't care. The one I really don't want to face, and it has nothing to do with being scared of them. I just don't want the Squealers in. I don't want the Ravens in. I don't want the Browns in. I don't want any of them in there. Just sit at home, watch us play.
There you go. Watch us play. Ice man, you know what? But you want to hear something though? You know what's great is that we're talking about who we're going to be playing in the playoffs and not our next year's draft.
I know.
That's what I keep going back to, man.
That's so awesome.
About the playoffs.
I love
All
it.
right. That has been Strawberry Ice, Jeff Trenopole. Go catch his show at 5:30 today. Can't wait to listen in to him. And he's going to give you all the sports from a West Side point of view. Jeff, man, gotta plug yourself here, man.
Yeah. Come on at the YouTube channel, Sports Strawberry Ice. Check it out live at 5:30 today. Kieran from the Full 10 Yards podcast is going to be coming on. We're going to chop it up, talk about Bengals, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the Bearcats, I guess. Josh, you should join in the chat. We can have some good conversations too.
I might jump in there.
So check us out live at 5:30. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of it on our Sports with Strawberry Ice. That's about it.
Jeff, man. It is always so much of a pleasure to have you on. Usually if I'm by myself, I'm going 20 minutes, and look at you. You and I would just win an hour here, brother.
I talk a lot.
You got a lot to do. Hey, man, I have a blast anytime you're on, my guy. All right, brother. Hey, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck on your show today.
Thanks, brother.
All right, this has been the Back Row Bengals Show, all brought to you by fansided.com. Go ahead, head on over there. There's going to be a new blog coming out talking about how the Bengals, I believe, are the best team in the AFC. And I dive into that, and we go ahead and get into that. Go watch Jeff Trenopole's show, and that's Cincinnati Sports with Strawberry Ice. That's going to be going live at 5:30. Again, I am your host, Josh Miller. One thing on the Bearcats, I just want to throw this out there. They really did. They played well. Anybody that says that it was a blowout clearly did not watch the game. They were in it till the end. The UC crowd was incredible. The whole experience was absolutely incredible. It's something that I've really crossed off my bucket list to watch the Bearcats in a playoff game. So anyway, I want to thank all you guys for watching. I want to thank Russ Blackthorne for being our stats guy and helping us out as we do the show, as always. And I am your host, Josh Miller, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again on Thursday to preview the game against the Browns. We'll talk a little bit about playoffs. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Hooray! And enjoy the AFC North crown. Peace.